Carlos, you ready for our hike today? You see that peak? That's where we're headed.
Well, I'm ready.
Is it a tough climb?
Well, your condition might be.
Hey.
But in no way am I going to carry you.
Oh, hi ho, it's Lolo Peak we go.
Oh man, if you keep that up, it's gonna be a long day.
Zip it up, guys. Let's go.
What a great day for a hike.
Lolo, we're coming.
Lolo Peak is an iconic and historic landmark in the Missoula and northern Bitterroot valleys, a visual reference point for all of us as we go about our daily business. And it has for centuries. Lolo Peak marks the crossroads of ancient trails, which eventually pointed American explorers Lewis and Clark to the Pacific Ocean. Surrounding the peak is a wild, spectacular mountainscape with forested slopes and impressive rock outcroppings. Accessible from Missoula and Bitterroot valleys, these public lands offer solitude from our urban-suburban environment.
My name is Neva Larson, and I'm a friend of Lolo Peak.
Well, it's been a wonderful place. We've had lots of people really enjoy it. Lots of kids come here and ridden horses. Lolo Creek is just the south border, and Travelers Rest is over there to the west, where Lewis and Clark, they've pretty much established that they...
As our guide informs that we should leave the river at this place, and the weather appearing both settled and fair, I determined to halt the next day, rest our horses, and take some celestial observations. We called this creek Travelers Rest. Journal of Meriwether Lewis, September 9, 1805.
Well, unfortunately, Lolo Peak is clouded up right now, but it's been just a prominent landmark for a long time. And certainly for all of us. And we've gone up and climbed it a number of times when I was younger and had more energy. This is a beautiful area, and Lolo Peak is real important and real special to a lot of people, and I certainly feel that it should remain free.
In addition to its symbolic role as a landmark, Lolo Peak and its neighbor Carlton Ridge offer many benefits to our western Montana communities. Most importantly, these public lands are accessible to all of us, a magnetic amenity that attracts businesses, professionals, artists, and outdoor enthusiasts.
You know, one of the beauties of the Lolo Peak Carlton Ridge area is its immediate access and wild backcountry that's accessible from Missoula. And the trail is a beautiful trail. It's a good switchback, well-defined trail, very nice walk through all kinds of fir and some larch, with winding kind of hiking all the way up onto the ridge, where you get breakout views of the Missoula Valley, the Bitterroot Valley.
In 2005, as a result of planned development of Lolo Peak, a group of concerned citizens banded together to confront plans threatening this iconic landmark.
Hello, my name is Hillary Wood, and I'm a friend of Lolo Peak. A group of interested people got together with the intention of preserving the wild characteristics of Lolo Peak, and which was immediately important to me because it's such an iconic part of Missoula, Montana, and the valley and the Bitterroot Valley.
The consensus was the values of this place outweighed narrow commercial interests.
I look up there and there's a wildness to it that reminds me where I am, and it's just very inspirational. You know, you think of the mountains and you think, well, I might be, stuck in day-to-day things right now, but it's kind of transcendent up there. And I know this is something that other future generations that's kind of shared.
So the whole area is just gorgeous in terms of what it offers as far as unique forest characteristics, beautiful landscape, and incredible views, plus a wonderful hiking experience.
The area is home to the U.S. Forest Service Carlton Ridge Research Natural Area, a natural resource treasure.
Hello, my name is Clint Carlson. I'm a friend of Lolo Peak. I'm also a retired project leader for Forest Service Research. I worked in research for 35 years and have done numerous studies on biology and ecology of these northern Rocky Mountain forests. I got interested in the Lolo Peak controversy when, back about 2004 I think it was, when the developer had a meeting in Florence. I went down to it and he outlined his plans that included ski runs on top of Carlton Ridge. And I immediately took notice because there is a research natural area on top of Carlton Ridge that was placed there for specific reasons, and it can't be violated by ski runs or roads or anything else like that. Originally selected as a research natural area, it's a special classification the Forest Service has for dealing with areas that have unique characteristics. And Carlton Ridge is unique because it hosts an old-growth stand of alpine larch and western larch. Old-growth large trees been there for 500 years, and it exists no place else in the lower 48 states or perhaps in North America at all. So it's very valuable that way, unique, and there are numerous studies that have been conducted in that RNA. Hybridization between western larch and alpine larch, which deals with the genetics of the two species. Studies with white bark pine featured in terms of looking at the effects of climate change on forest ecology, and numerous other ecological studies are in process.
From summer range high into subalpine basins on the mountain's forested shoulders to winter haunts where timber crowds the low valley grassland, Lolo Peak is quality wildlife habitat for elk, deer, bear, wolverine, lynx, raptors, and other species. It serves as an important corridor for wildlife migration from the Swans, the Missions, and the Great Burn into Selway-Lochsaw and along the Idaho-Montana Divide. The wildness of these public lands offers sanctuary for wildlife.
A point here where we look over into Carlton Lake and the Carlton Lake Basin, the Vista Point, and as you drop down into the Carlton Lake Basin, you're basically coming right down to the northernmost boundary of the Selway Bitterroot Wilderness area.
The trails are family-friendly for all ages, including those who benefit from a free ride up and back. Occasional tents or backpackers may line Carlton Lake. Come September, hike to the top of Carlton Ridge and follow it east to enjoy the colors and lights of the magical alpine larch forest inhabiting the ridgetop. Later in the fall, you might find the lone hunter hiking or snowshoeing on the ridge with his rifle in search of an elusive bull elk. Or you might find hardy skiers and snowboarders looking for the first powder turns of the season. Public lands help move a community towards a broader economic base, attracting new businesses that are human resource rather than natural resource based. Businesses like financial services, healthcare, information technology, and the arts.
I'm Steve Seninger, and I'm a friend of Lolo Peak. My involvement has been both as a concerned citizen as well as a professional economist. It's open space, public lands, wild backcountry that people not only enjoy for their quality of life, it also represents an economic asset because it's a kind of place that people are attracted to and that businesses, business professionals, and people of all kinds of economic backgrounds come to Missoula for.
As a native Montanan that owns a business here, that's Lolo Peak is kind of one of the things that's near and dear to my heart. The people that I've talked to at Rocky Mountain Lab and at GSK, some of the scientists that I've talked to and asked them what sold them on Montana, what caused them to move here, was funny because it wasn't the business, it was the beauty of that drive down the Bitterroot Valley for the first time and seeing the mountains on both sides that were just pristine. That they just said they knew once they hit the mountains in that valley that this is where they wanted to be. It's just one of those. It's such a small area, and that's so visible that it just needs to be protected.
Community support and opinion in favor of maintaining the wildness of Lolo Peak Carlton Lake is essential to maintain the wild character of these lands.
My name is Janet Serena, and I'm a friend of Lolo Peak. They're long trips. If you do it in the wintertime, it means very, very long days, and so you start in the dark and you end in the dark with your headlamps. And while you're up there, you don't see another soul, you don't see another human track. It's just quiet. It's It's just a really special place. It needs permanent protection.
The Friends of Lolo Peak want to ensure the stewards of this wondrous place protect it for future generations. How can we do this? We can work as a community to preserve and protect the area's wild natural state. We can work with our federal steward, the Forest Service, especially participating in the updating of land use designations on the Bitterroot and Lolo National Forests. Friends of Lolo Peak want to share our enthusiasm with you and invite you to be informed, be engaged, and be vocal. Participate in public meetings, write letters, and feel empowered that your voice makes a difference. Will you become a friend of Lolo Peak?